What's going on, everyone? I'm Luis Ortiz, and today we're making some sausages on the 1600 pellet smoker. Let's go ahead and see what's up. So here we have close to 3 pounds of chicken. Let's go ahead and open it up. That was strong. You already know what the deal is. There we go. So we got chicken thighs right over here. They're half frozen still, guys. So that's gonna make it very good to go ahead and, you know, it might be a little bit difficult to go ahead and cut, but it's gonna be so much easier to go ahead and start grinding up. So that's the good part. Now, you guys already seen my the Kitchenaid that we have. That one likes small little cubes like this. So that's what we're gonna do. Oof, even though this thing is frozen, this is Del Strong, man. Gotta love it. You see that? And that is about 3 pounds of chicken thighs. So we just so happen to have some of this beef fat right over here from a brisket. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, since this is close to about 3 pounds, we are gonna end up using close to 1 pound of beef fat, right? So the ratio is gonna be about 70 to 75% meat and about 25 to 30% fat. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do close to 1 pound on this one. And there it is, folks. Now let's go ahead and start with the seasonings. So first thing is first, let's go ahead and start with the baseline. Powdered milk. We'll do 18 grams of the holy cow, 16 grams of the voodoo, 6 grams of paprika, just to give it a little bit of color. 12 of the granulated garlic. So let's go ahead and do that. And lastly, 3 grams of pink curing salt. We're not gonna add any more salt because the holy cow and the holy voodoo already have some, so we're not gonna add any. Let's go ahead and give it a good old whisk. Let's go ahead and now mix it up, gents. Wow, there you go. Mix it around, make sure everything gets coated. And there you have it, folks. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in the fridge for a couple hours, and then we'll get started on the grinding and the stuffing. Let's go. Out of the freezer it comes out of. Let's go ahead and hook this up. There we go. Tighten it down. Put the cap in. Let's go ahead and start grinding some meat. I'm really liking how this came out real nice, and it's not coarse, but it's pretty fine. Normally with pork I had to run it twice, but I don't think that's gonna be the case this time. You know what, just for safe measures, let's go ahead and run it one more time. And last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and add its water. So let's go ahead and add it in here. Boom. Yeah, that's pretty good. Time to go ahead and add this bad boy right over here, man. Very good tool. You really have to get used to how to work the Kitchenaid, man. It can be a very valuable thing. It's amazing. I like it. I've done I don't know how many sausages already since I started making sausages. And the only thing that I use is just this Kitchenaid, man. So if you guys happen to have one, don't get intimidated by it, man. It's a learning process. Let's go ahead and rinse these casings off. These casings are the same ones that I always use on the other videos, guys. If you're not sure which one, or if you're kind of like me where your local HEB doesn't supply you with these or anything like that, I'll have the link in the description below. There you go. Once it starts coming out like this, then you can go ahead and put the casing in. There you go, just like that, gents. If it's too long, gents, don't be scared to go ahead and snip it a little bit. There you go. You got more than enough casings anyways in there. There you go. And there it is, guys. This is about 4 pounds and some change, give or take, depending on the water weight. But this is what we got. We're gonna put it in the fridge. We'll let the skin dry out a little bit, and then it's time to smoke tomorrow. Alrighty, guys. Just went ahead and got these out of the fridge. Look at these. Pretty good. So let's go ahead and put them in. So as you can see, I got a probe right over here and I got a probe right over here so that we can always monitor absolutely everything. So let's go ahead and put the sausage right over here. Make sure none of it is touching each other, because then it's not going to get any kind of smoke at all. So we'll leave it like this. And this is roughly about 4 pounds and some change. Don't want that probe to go ahead and poke a hole on one of these sausages. I think that's gonna do it. Let's go ahead and close it back up. We're gonna go ahead and give it maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours before we start checking it. We'll be back. So an hour and a half has passed by. Let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so we're getting some decent color. I'm not sure if the camera's capturing it, but look at that. Getting some really good color. Okay. Temperatures are around the 165, 175 range, so that's pretty perfect right there. So these are coming out real good. We'll give it another an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and then we'll see what's up. Let's go ahead and flip these guys over. It'll give us a good time to go ahead and start snipping some of these things away. Be very careful whenever you do this, and don't snip the actual casing itself. You don't want to do that. Go. All right, so let's go ahead and flip these guys over as well. Just like that. We still want these to go ahead and get a nice good smoke. So we'll leave it like that, and we'll be back. 4 hours in and we are done. Look at these. Look at that, guys. Now it's time to go ahead and put them into some very cold water, and we're gonna use this little cooler so that we can go ahead and put them in. This is gonna stop the cooking process right away. It's gonna make the skin real nice and snappy. And it's just gonna make the sausage experience that much better. So now that we have all the sausages out of the way, let's go ahead and bring it up to 270 degrees. After the ice bath, let's go ahead and put it right back in there. I'm only gonna put a couple of them. 270 degrees. Let's see what we got, boys. We'll leave it there for maybe about 30 minutes. We'll be back. Alrighty, gents, let's go ahead and check it out. Ooh, they look real good. Oh man, sorry about the wind, guys. Oh man, look at this. Ah, this one just popped. This one is close to popping. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn this thing off. Is this the one that was... Oh yeah, this is the one. Bro, this thing feels super, super tight. This one popped. I think this is the one that was squirting all over. These are really good, guys. Boys, y'all ready? This is the one that popped. I don't know if it's still gonna have that snap, but let's give it a shot. Ooh! Look at that. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. This, I think I prefer it over the pork. I really think I do. Let's give it another shot. A lot of people complain about the pellet smokers not producing a lot of smoke, but I gotta tell you, at least on a sausage, I think it produces the perfect amount of smoke. It's not as dark as like on my offset smoker, and that's a given. It has a lot of smoke flavor, but it's not as intense. Now my wife, she likes it, but she always says that she burps smoke quite a bit, right, on the offset. I don't think that that's going to be an issue with this one. If your pit only goes up to 180, I mean, it goes down to 180, that's completely fine. It's not an issue. You can still do it. You're just gonna have to keep an eye on it a little bit more. You definitely don't want it to render down too much, because then it's gonna pop the casing. And in this case, it only popped it just a little bit, and you can tell, right? This thing just is, you'll be able to tell. It's gonna feel so tight that it's gonna think that it's about to burst, but it's not. So take it out at that time. So what are my final thoughts? I think an offset smoker sausage is definitely going to be incredibly pronounced when it comes to smoke. I enjoy that. My wife thinks it's a little bit too smoky, you know, and everybody has their own preference. But that doesn't mean that a pellet smoker cannot actually get a really good sausage, you know, a really good smoke inside your sausage, man. So that's pretty good. So it's a very good alternative. If that's all you got, then hey, go for it, use it, and it's going to be incredible. If your smoker only goes down to about 180 degrees, kind of like this pit boss, don't worry about it. Most of the time, it's going to be a little bit lower than that. Sometimes, I don't know about anything else, but usually on the pit bosses, it's a little bit less, especially on the left side. You'll be all right. And the important thing is not to render all that fat while it's smoking, right? That's the biggest thing. So in my case, it was around in the 160s or so, give or take, so that was pretty good. The beef fat inside the sausage mixed with the chicken, I think that really complemented it together really good. But overall, I think it was a very enjoyable sausage, and if you guys are interested in making it, be sure to go ahead and give it a shot. Also, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Later.